I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well now that you're here to talk to me about, I think, a lot of, how can I say, parents are having to handle and deal with. This is the hub son, as we like to call them. But let's talk about this kind of tradition that's starting to be seen more and more. And why is that?
Well, it's mostly an economic thing that male unemployment is very high. And so a lot of sons are having to move back in with their parents. So a lot of it's economic, but a lot of it's also because, parents and adult children are in many ways closer than they were in prior generations. So the idea of moving back in with mom and dad isn't such a horrible idea the way it might have been in other generations.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about moving back in, but I know we're going to also get to those moving out so they can come back, because we're seeing a lot of them start get comfortable being at home. And I mean, kind of like taking on a caretaker role too, to the parents, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, cleaning the house. And they're not finding anything wrong with it compared to when they were younger and they didn't want to take out the garbage.
Well, yeah, I mean, in some ways that's good and it's admirable, right? As adults, we'd want our adult children to kind of be equal participants in the household, because what I hear from some parents is, my kids move back in and they're basically, I don't need another teenager in the house. I don't need the way my kid was when they were 16, where I have to tell them to clean up the room or wash their own dishes or don't leave a mess in the living room.
Let's talk about dating, because it's kind of interesting. You do have some of, ladies who kind of like, okay, that's great. And you have some are going, wait, you're still living at home? Why is that? So how's that play a part with the hub sons?
What's harder for men? In general, women overall don't necessarily want a guy who's doesn't have good employment. I mean, I think if a guy has good employment and he has a pathway to moving out eventually and he's got savings and a certain amount of status, then I think his dating attractiveness goes way up. But if he's living with mom and dad and he's unemployed, that's not going to make him as attractive on the dating market, particularly these days for women, because women are, in general, they're getting more education than men. They're getting better jobs than men are. So women's power to attract, an educated, economically solvent guy has gone way up in the past few decades.
Okay, doctor, let's talk about how and when it's time for them to kind of like move on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for a lot of parents and adult children, it's actually working really well. So they don't necessarily need to move on because the adult children like it, the parents like it. It sort of works for everybody. And in lots of parts of the world, that's kind of how it goes. Parents and adult children live together till the adult child moves out and becomes married and that kind of thing. So I don't think it necessarily means anything bad about the parents or the adult child. But what often happens is that the parents get ready before the adult child is ready. Maybe because that adult child is treating the parents more like a paycheck and, they're not really doing their responsibility. They're not cleaning up after themselves. They're not cooking. They're not cleaning. They're not doing anything, basically. And the parents are like, hey, we kind of liked our empty nest. This is definitely not working for us. So then it's time to have the conversation about, okay, well, let's start talking about some limits and boundaries and some deadlines, because this isn't, this can really hurt our relationship. And, I write a lot about parental estrangement, and I've worked with a number of families who eventually became estranged because these tensions weren't well managed. So it can be a big problem in the family.
Doctor, this is really good. I think as parents, we always tell our children that they'll always have a roof over their head, but sometimes they take it a little too far and a little too long. So how can we find out more information to have the talk, or maybe just know what's going on with families that are doing this?
Well, I mean, ideally, you have that conversation before your kid moves in, right? You talk about what your expectations are. Your adult child talks about what their expectations are. You all agree on some rules of the road of how you're going to engage, what's going to happen if things start to go south. At what point is it okay for the parents to ask the adult child to leave? What are people's expectations? How much participation there's going to be in terms of cooking, cleaning, financial contributions? The more you can do that in advance, the better, because then you can point back and go, look, we all agreed on this. So you can't act now like I'm being some kind of a mean person. This is what we agreed to. And that doesn't mean you can't change it along the ways, but it's better if you do it in advance. It's typically what I advise parents and families to do.
Guess I'll be writing a lease later on today. Doctor, this is great information. Where can we find out more?
You can, my website, www.drjoshuacoleman.com is probably the easiest place to find me.
Perfect. Doctor, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks a lot. That was fun.